Okay, Pisces, this is your November general reading. I'm Mr. Blue 2, and I hope you guys are doing okay. Crazy times, huh? But we are moving towards the holiday season, and for a lot of us, that's going to be joyful. For a lot of us, it's going to be difficult. It does bring a lot of opportunity. Pisces women tend to be much more ambitious than Pisces men. Pisces men are a little bit more dreamers, where for some reason the Pisces women seem to be a little bit more assertive with what they want. Pisces guys tend to mature later in life. I think they spend a lot of time dreaming, and it's just, you know, when you're a man and you're a water sign, it can be a little bit challenging because you have that soft kind of intuitive, psychic, watery energy with the male body, where with the women it's like they flow with it, but they kind of flow with it. It's like they're swimming downstream, where the guys are kind of swimming upstream. Now when the guys swim upstream, it makes them stronger, but it takes a long time to get there. So a lot of Pisces men I know, their successes come as they mature more so. Pisces women seem to kind of right off the bat just get into the groove and, you know, make the things happen that they want, get decent jobs, and of course they always look fabulous. I had a Pisces mom and I just lost her not long ago, so that's kind of sad. But anyway, let's get into November. I've been thinking about Pisces energy for November, and let's find out what's going to happen November for you guys. Boom. Oh my gosh. Wow. I've been shuffling and shuffling and shuffling. This was the first card that came out for Scorpio too. Completion. That's crazy. That's the Four of Wands. It's kind of balanced. It's cycles ending and cycles beginning. And, you know, yeah, we are almost to the end of a year. Maybe has to do with the election. Maybe you guys are affected by politics, by what's happening. There will be some finality, you know, obviously we'll have either a new president or the same president, but I'm going to take that as and virtue. Okay, so wow, the 3 and the 4 of Wands. Okay, completion and virtue. So I think a lot of you, for some reason, this is going to bring out your better self. I think a lot of you are going to rise above things going on. You know, obviously, most of you probably love Halloween energy. That's kind of a neat thing for you. But I feel like maybe the holiday season, as we move into nesting season, you know, Christmas season, I think it's going to bring out the best in a lot of you for some reason. Peace, and you see? And then we have peace. They call the Two of Swords peace in this particular Aleister Crowley deck. Now, usually it's kind of someone looking at something blindly, kind of needing to make a decision and needing to make that decision quickly. Okay? In this Aleister Crowley deck, they refer to this as peace. Kind of both swords piercing upward through the lotus blossom, heading towards the moon. Do you see this up here? So I think this is really appropriate for you guys because you're definitely influenced by the moon, by the water, by the emotional realm, the psychic realm, and the 10 of Wands. Okay, we have peace, but we have oppression, so this is interesting. Completion, Virgo. Okay, so as we move into November, I think a lot of you are going to take a lot onto yourself. That's really what the 10 of Wands is. It's saying you've taken on a lot of responsibility. You're doing a lot, okay? And that can feel really heavy on your shoulders. It can feel like, oh my gosh, maybe you're helping someone. Maybe you're taking on a second job. Maybe you're helping someone move. Maybe you're helping someone with the holidays. Maybe you're, you know, whatever it is you're doing, you're taking a lot on. And there is some definite change. This is amazing because Scorpio got this too. So what's going on with you water signs here? The Tower, okay? So overburden, you're going to let go of something. There's going to be a breaking point where you know, you're like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing that. You've, you know, certain things. Now that's part of the completion. If there's completion, then you also have newness. Part of newness is letting go of some of your burdens or things that you've been hanging on to, you know. So I don't know what those things are. You know what the things are that you've been hanging on to, and you also know the things that you need to let go of because they're burdensome. You've taken on a lot. Okay, there's only so much you can do. That's how life is, you see. And then I've chosen this card as kind of like a Wheel of Fortune card in a way, also a completion card, ending and beginning. It's really a blank card, it's just a holographic card in here. But I wanted to keep it in the deck and I wanted to put a meaning to it. So I took it as kind of a second Wheel of Fortune. And in a way, it's like good things coming in. You see, there's all the colors of the rainbow and there's a clover in the middle. You see that? So I've taken this as after this letting go, there's an alignment happening. And there's love. Oh my gosh, the Two of Cups. See? Love, cooperation. Some of you are breaking up with someone, or you're no longer dating someone. You're breaking up with someone. Maybe you're breaking up with a bestie. Maybe you're getting in a fight with someone, you know. Maybe you're just letting go, you know, of certain friendships, certain relationships. Here, that Tower, and then that change. But after that change comes a more peaceful union. It's a more peaceful friendship. This can be a bestie, the Two of Cups. It could be someone you just really, you're just like two peas in a pod. You just get along really well. You know, you're on the same page. It's easy to be with this person. Things just flow really nicely and really magically. Now, this can be love, and it can be friendship, and it can be a business partnership too. It can be you meet someone, you're working with that person, and you know, it's just easy. You're on the same page. You think similarly about a lot of things, which makes things flow with a lot more harmony. And Four of Discs, it brings you more success. So I think some of you, you're worried about money. You're worried about your security. Okay, don't worry about your security. This is the Four. I mean, there is this feeling like, oh my God, is it going to last? Is it solid? How's things going? Well, it is going to last. It's the Four. It's solid, and it's good enough to be built upon. Okay, so if this is a new job opportunity, for some of you, you're going to find a job where there's room to grow. From the Four, you can grow because there's strength in the Four. Okay, if it's a new business, you know what? This business can succeed. If this is a relationship, it's solid. They're really bringing. You see, oh my God, and it comes with the Prince of Swords. You see, the Four of Discs and the Prince of Swords. So definitely, this person who's coming, the Prince of Swords, he tends to live his life in a lean way. Okay, he works as hard as he needs to. He does what he needs to do. He always has money when he needs it, resources when he needs it, but he's not that kind of larger than life. He's not the type of guy who, yeah, let's pop bottles. You know, I'm buying $300 bottles of Hennessy and Sky at the bar. You know, he's not that kind of a guy. You know, he can keep buying drinks. He can keep, you know, a car going. He can keep everything going, but he doesn't live in excess. He's not all about the material. He's all about his mind. He lives in his mind. If he's an Aquarius, he's really about knowledge. He wants to be in school. He loves to be in school. He likes to work out. He's interested in a lot of things, okay? So that Prince of Swords, he's active, he's spontaneous, okay? He's the kind of guy, he just pops by your work for no reason and, you know, and brings you a coffee. He goes, oh, hey, let's do this tonight. You know, he's really spontaneous. If he's a Libra, he's a little bit more of a pleaser, you know. Sometimes with these sword guys, though, these air sign guys, you have to tell them what you want. They will kind of give you what you want, but you usually have to tell them. Sometimes they come up with good stuff on their own. See, Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords, all that Tower energy, all that letting go stuff, Ten of Swords, it's just about over. This also says, part of the energy with the Ten of Swords is it says that some of the challenges and the things you've been through, you had nothing to do with it. They were brought to you. They were done to you. You didn't necessarily have a hand in it. There's nothing you could have done. It was destiny. It was evil people. A lot of times, you know, the Five of Swords is you being attacked. The Ten of Swords is that bad period just about over, but it also says that a lot of that negativity, a lot of that bad stuff, was not your fault, okay? So remember that. But that negative bad period is almost over. And the Princess of Wands. What's that all about? Well, Ten of Swords, Princess of Wands, it could have been a woman. It could have been someone who brought this on, who was working behind your back or created problems in your life or your relationship, okay? See? Oh, and then the Knight of Cups. So love is going to be offered to you. You got the Knight of Cups and you got the Two of Cups. So definitely, for a lot of you, there is, and you have the Prince of Swords here. So you have the Knight of Cups and the Prince of Swords. And, you know, in this deck, it's interesting. I'm not sure who's older, the Knight or the Prince. Because it's not like it's a king and a prince, right? I guess maybe the Knight is older. The Knight is on his horse. The Prince is on his chariot. So, I don't know, maybe the Prince is older. That's a good question. I haven't figured that out with this deck yet, but it doesn't really matter. They're not pages, they're not, you know, they're not kids. They're people who are leaping into the world. They're active, they're action oriented. You know, the Knight of Cups he's generous, he's sweet. His energy is really like love. He's easier to be with. He's just really like, he's pliable, you know. You being a water sign are going to have really easy relationships with other water signs. You know, it's just going to be very smooth, you know. You both have that kind of loving, watery, emotional vibe. So you understand each other, you know. You understand each other being moody or, you know, being tired or feeling like, oh, I have to do this today, or that passionate, like, oh, I got to do this today, you know. It's very different. They can be good lovers. They're not like the swing from the chandeliers type, like your Prince of Swords. Okay. Yeah. So there's the two Knights and the Five of Cups, you see. The Five of Cups is disappointment and change. So one of these guys disappointed you, that's what this tower was, and one of them didn't. So you're gonna have to have a real figuring out what you want and what energy you want, you know. The other thing about the Five of Cups is the Five of Cups, it's not all bad, but you're focusing on the negative, unfortunately. So with that Tower card and some of that other energy associated with something going on, the focus is don't just look at what's negative. You know, look at what's positive. Now, you know, if you have to make a list about the two people, like, well, with one of them it's this and one of them it's that, then go ahead and do that. You know, maybe you need to do that. But don't focus in the negative. Focus on the positive. And even if you're venturing off into something different, don't make it ugly. Don't put out that bad energy. You don't need that as you move into the holidays. You don't need it as you move into a new year on 2021. Oh my gosh, and here comes the Prince of Discs. Knight of Cups, Prince of Discs. Now the Knight of Cups and the Prince of Discs, it could be that this Knight means, because he's offering his love, he's bringing you this earth sign. And that would be a great person for you, okay? The Prince of Discs is especially good for Pisces. The Prince of Discs, you can count on him. You know, he does what he says he's going to do. He's not a big talker. He's not going to, like, you know, sing songs to you. Usually, I mean, there is a great singer I love, Stan Taylor. He's a Capricorn, very emotional, but I would love to see his chart and his numerology, because he must have something else in there, because just pure Capricorn energy, you know, is not usually outwardly emotional. They're emotional. They bring you gifts. If you say, oh, you want something, they're gonna harness heaven and earth to bring it to you, okay? So definitely love energy happening. This isn't a love reading, it's a general reading. So there's a lot of things happening for you. And Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Okay, you being clear, putting your sword down. What did I say? Don't be negative. Don't focus on the negative. the Queen of Swords, she puts, her sword is pointed down. You see, she's conquered. She's done it. She's not fighting anymore. She's using her mind. She's using her higher self. Okay, and I think that was part of what's happening with this virtue card. You see, it's saying no to the negativity and saying yes to the positivity and looking forward. And of course, it's hard for us water signs sometimes to let go and move forward. We're emotional. We get very attached to people. We get attached to things. We're sentimental. We're dreamy. And we're imaginative. But I think through this period for a while, when all this is said and done, you're going to be more the Queen of Swords. You're going to have a lot of clarity. You're going to quit fighting. You're going to stop with this, you know, feudal energy that was happening, and it's going to put you in a much, much better, happier place. So this is really awesome reading. It's November for some reason for a lot of people. There's a lot going on. It seems to be a lot of different energies kind of all combining. Okay, that Queen of Swords, you wind up clear. Look at this, all these people. Prince of Discs, Knight of Cups, Princess of Wands, Prince of Swords. Okay, you have options here. You have options. A lot of people coming into your life. What did I say? You guys, especially you women, have a lot of choices when it comes to what kind of energy you want. You see that? Boom. The world is bringing you one of everything to choose from. The Prince of Swords. Oh no, that's the Princess of Wands. Oh well, okay. That Princess of Wands and that Queen of Swords can be, if you like women or Venus energy, that you will have some choices. If you want male energy, you have choices too. You have 3 choices. You have the earth signs, the water signs, and the air signs to choose from if you're a Pisces woman looking for male energy. If you're a Pisces man or woman looking for female energy, you have the fire energy and air energy. Now, I don't necessarily think those are the best choices for you if you are, okay? But solid, you're worried about finances, don't worry. Things are solid, they're good. Definitely love overflowing, coming to you, all this offering of love. And you are letting go of some things though, you know? You're using your higher self, okay? That negativity that was there, that 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands, the burden, you have to let go of something. You have to get to this peace. You see, this Tower energy is telling you, let go. But things are definitely over. You have 2 10s in this reading, and especially this 10 of Swords that says that attack, that unfair barrage in your life is coming to an end. Okay, so I want you to focus on this. I want you to focus on this beautiful 2 of Cups energy coming to you this November. Please, please, please comment, share, like, subscribe. Subscribe, hit the notification bell. That's great. I want my channel to get really popular. I just love doing this. I would love to just spend all my time every day doing readings. I'm also doing daily love and money readings. So if you hit the notification bell, you'll get notified when I put up a new video. So love and light to all of you. Happy holidays, and check in soon.